conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that has taken the blue pill. That's right, we're fine with things the way they are. We don't want to open our eyes to anything. Let's just keep it steady. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always, instantly regretting that decision, is Anna Otto. How are you, Anna?
I'm screaming. Well, I did tell Gage multiple times as soon as the pill scene came out, I was like, close the windows. I don't want any conservatives to hear what we're watching. Oh, man. Well, because we just finished watching the QAnon documentary on, oh shoot, I think it was on Hulu. Well, you know I love a good doc.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of imagery of red pill versus blue pill stuff.
Or black pill.
Is that a real thing? I literally
like being
don't
black
know.
pill is just going so deep. You're just like out of the regular world.
Anyway, this is all red pill imagery.
Yeah.
If you are gonna watch that documentary, one, it made me really angry, but two, the opening title sequence is some of the coolest stuff, and the song absolutely slaps so hard. I want to hear it at the club. Catch me requesting the QAnon documentary theme song at the club.
Excuse me, DJ. Do you know that one song, the QAnon documentary song?
Please. So.
For my son, he's dying.
It's me. I'm the son.
I sometimes listen to a podcast about QAnon. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to delve more into the insanity that is these people, including someone called In the Matrix, who is a big figure in the QAnon community.
There's somebody called Get Red Pilled too. Sorry. Continue.
Of course there is. It's called QAnon Anonymous. If you want to find it anywhere.
Very repetitive.
I know.
I will definitely be giving it a listen. I'm fascinated. But at the end of the documentary, they reveal who Q is.
Well, they reveal who Q is.
I'm standing by it.
It's the 8-coon guy, isn't it?
Yeah, his name's Ron, and he's such a weenie. I don't even. There's one part. It made me so mad, I'm laughing to keep from crying. There's one part, he lives in Japan because he's the biggest weeb I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And there's one part where he's talking about Q, and this waitress comes over to take their order, and as she walks away, he goes, she's cute, kind of chubby, but cute. And I got so mad. Dan, I was literally turn it off. I've seen enough. I know everything I need to know about this man, and then some. I don't. Just turn it off.
For some reason, when you say that he says that she's cute, I'm picturing him holding up a letter Q every time he says the word cute, so it starts off like a cute.
Is he a Sesame Street character, Dan?
He would do a lot more beneficial things to society if he was a Sesame Street character as opposed to the runner of anime child porn conspiracy theory website 8-coon.
No. God, they show, they don't actually show, but just watch that documentary. I know I usually start off every episode of our show by telling you to watch something we're not talking about. Go check it out, though, because it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Gage didn't even want to watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Gage didn't even want to watch it, and then he got so hooked, and he'd be like, I want to watch a Q. And I'd be like, say no more. Say no more.
This reminds me of, at one point, someone tweeted, some right-wing alt-fascist figure tweeted, take the red pill, and Ivanka Trump responded, taken, and then one of the Wachowskis responded, just fuck both of you.
Yeah, because we were talking about how they were friend, no, that's not.
That is
Please
not
stop.
right. Yeah.
Please stop.
Everyone
Anyway.
involved with this movie hates you so much.
Yeah. And I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I don't know if I have, so I'm going to say it again. Gage refuses to be on the podcast because he just is weird.
Uh-huh.
But The Matrix, I mostly picked it because it's his favorite movie series, and he's been asking us to do it for a really long time. So, as a background, whenever anybody like talks about getting red pilled or anything like that, he goes off. He gets so mad. So, like I said, anytime we were watching the documentary, I could hear him huffing. He was like, I'm like, Gage, calm down. But yeah,
Just
he
not
had a
getting
dog.
red-pilled.
Yeah, he had a dog named Neo growing up, and he told me he used to go as Neo for Halloween all the time, and he literally uttered every single line to this movie while we were watching it, and he got mad if I looked away from the screen for more than 2 seconds.
Okay, I know that he refuses to be on the podcast out of some sense of moral superiority or something.
Correct.
But you need to badger him into being on at least one of these episodes. It's
Okay.
his favorite series.
It
you
is.
have access to him 24/7.
I
Just
do.
beat the walls down until he agrees to be like, shut up, fine, I'll do it.
I'll see if I can get him next week. I'll see if I can bully him. He's reading right
Okay.
now. He
Is he reading a
usually
Matrix book?
No, he's reading a book about Lord of the Rings role-playing games.
Okay, it's about the same.
Yeah, kind of.
So, if you haven't gathered yet, the movie we're talking about is The Matrix, released on March 31st, 1999, directed by, in the credits, the Wachowski brothers, now known as the Wachowskis, starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, and Joey Pants. It had a budget of $63 million and made $465 million at the box office. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a score of 88% positive reviews. And
That's a B.
it's a B+.
Yeah, I know because I used to get those a lot in school.
And Roger Ebert gave the movie 3 stars out of 4, saying that the visuals and premise were great, but he didn't like the third act's focus on action.
What? It's an action movie.
I know. I think I kind of get where he's coming from, how there's a lot more philosophical discussion and like conversation in the first 2 acts in addition to action, while in the third act they kind of drop that and just do the wire foo for all of it.
I guess. I don't know. Gage says that this movie is appealing to people who like action because they like the end, and appealing to people who don't like action and are into more quote-unquote cerebral films. And
I'm gonna punch him.
I wanted to. My fists were clenched because there's so much symbolism in it.
Yes, that there is a lot of symbolism. Like when at the beginning, my own personal Jesus.
Yeah,
on
literally.
The nose there.
If I could get through a single day without Gage going, Neo is a Christ figure, I would be really happy. But alas and alack, here we are. Neo is a Christ figure. He had a boxer named Neo growing up, as I just said.
Yeah.
So
was his dog a Christ figure too?
Yes, all dogs are Christ figures.
Oh my gosh, crucified with Pontius Pilate.
Yes.
Dog crucifixion. I don't know where I was going
anyway,
with that.
Thank you. But you know what I mean? Like I feel like this, I get it. This movie is very like, I like it. I don't love it as much as Gage does, but like I find myself enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
I watched it with Anna last night, and she had never seen it before. She basically knew nothing about it.
Yeah, this is my second time seeing it.
And it's always fun watching movies with Anna, because I can tell when she really likes something, is really into it, because she will be yelling at the screen saying that the character should be doing something different the whole time. Mm-hmm. So to compare and contrast this with Mank.
Wait, with what?
With Mank, the David Fincher movie about the making of Citizen Kane that came out last year.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that. Sorry.
She hated that movie. She was stone silent the entire time. And I was like, come on, this movie's great. I loved the movie. It's
That's
not a
you're
great
ancient
movie.
And you probably like Citizen Kane as well.
Citizen Kane's a good movie.
Says you and people who create best movie lists only because they feel like they need to have a sense of superiority when we all know that that is not the greatest movie ever
I'm
created.
not saying it's the greatest movie. Sylvester Stallone's Cobra is the greatest
No,
movie.
goodbye. This podcast is over. Toy Story is the greatest movie ever created.
That's fair. But just comparing her reaction with The Matrix, in the third act, she was providing a running commentary.
I like
so
the third
into
act. I think it's fun.
It is fun.
And for a 2-hour long movie, it moves faster than you'd realize.
It does. At one point, she was like, "This seems a little over the top and silly," and I was like, "It's a lot of anime inspiration." And then she was all bought in immediately. Say the word anime, and just something clicks, and the movie makes
Does Anna
total
like
sense.
anime?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like,
I don't know.
Interesting.
She's never watched it.
name your top 5 anime insults. Not kidding.
Wait, what anime? I've seen Dragon Ball Z,
Basic.
Pokemon,
Basic.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Basic! Oh, Yugi
Digimon.
boy.
Digimon.
Digital
Digital
Monsters.
Digimon are the champions.
Yes.
And
that
that's
takes
it.
me back.
I've never seen any other anime.
I've seen Pokies, Yugis, Digis. I never watched Dragon Ball Z. But we were really into My Hero Academia, and then we're also really into Demon Slayer, which we're going to see the movie this week as a belated birthday present to Gage. We're really excited. It just passed Spirited Away as the #1, I think it is animated film? Like foreign animated film? I don't know. It just surpassed Spirited Away as something in the box office.
Cool. Good for it.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Also, the fifth starring actor in this movie, Joe Pantoliano. Pantoliano is actually how I pronounce it.
Yeah, I was
commonly
very
known as
confused.
Joey Pants.
No.
He plays a character on The Sopranos that Anna is watching.
I like The Sopranos. I have to get back into it.
Yeah, he's in the third season. At least we're in the third season, so we don't know if he appears first in the third season. And I love Joey Pants. There is another movie podcast called The Rewatchables, which is, if you haven't heard of that, but you heard of our podcast, I'm a little confused.
Me too, honestly.
They have an award called the Joey Pants Award for the most over-the-top acting moment in a movie, and I feel like you can't pick one scene in this movie, because every line that he delivers is at top volume, top effort, 100% of the way.
Which character is he? Do you know?
He is the snitch. He's Cypher.
Oh, he's Cypher?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you know who plays Mouse?
I don't. I looked this up.
I don't have an answer. I was just curious.
Matt Doran. And
Oh,
this
thank
is-
you. I was trying to Google him last night and I couldn't remember his name. I had Matt typed and then I disassociated, so I just kind of forgot what I was doing. Anyway, I think Mouse is so cute.
He is also in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clone, as
I didn't like
Elon
that one as much.
Sleaze Bogano.
Elon Musk.
We said the same thing.
Yes.
Sleaze
I heard
Bogano,
sleaze.
Musk. Watch SNL this week, kids.
I plan to, but only because I'm gonna cringe the whole time.
I weep for you, I guess? I don't know.
Well, I
hate
want to
that
see
man.
it, but I also am just I'm not gonna watch it live. I'm gonna watch it on YouTube later.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious more than anything else. I'm just curious. Also, sorry, my eyes keep darting around in the camera. It's because I'm looking at my own makeup. Like a true Leo.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of Leos, that rhymes with Neo, so let's get into the Matrix.
Let's do it. We open.
We open leather, rain,
So much freaking leather.
chafing.
That's what I
Carrie Ann
said. I was
Moss.
like, how much chafing is in this movie? Okay, sorry. The chafing just really set
Not
me
to
off.
be, this is going to sound weird, but Carrie Ann Moss had to have lubed her entire body up in order to not die while making this movie from chafing.
Usually, I don't know if they did for her, but usually in movies like this, when women have to wear like all leather for so specifically like in Grease, there's a lot of baby powder involved because baby
There
powder is
better
the
be.
only way to get those kinds of things onto your body.
Yeah.
Because it's what I had to use on my Barbies when I was little, and and my Polly Pockets when I like got really frustrated because their clothes wouldn't go on. My mom would put baby powder on them and whoop, slide right on there.
I like how your personal experience is with your Barbies and not you personally.
Well, that's the closest the last time I touched clothes that tight was when I was playing with a doll, okay?
The youth. So Trinity, played by Carrie Ann Moss, she is in an abandoned hotel and she is stealing secrets, doing something illegal. I don't know. She's cool. We could tell that she's cool.
Gage
Talking to
called
someone
her
on the outside.
one of his first crushes.
That's
Trinity.
fair. I get why. She's being chased by the cops and also these weird G-men who all kind of look the same.
Who all kind of look like Hugo Weaving.
Kind of. I wonder why. So she gets chased out of the hotel and she overpowers the regular police officers because she has basically superhero powers. She can leap tall buildings over a single bound. She has incredible gun handling skills.
One might say she's a super soldier.
One might say she's a Super Saiyan.
Oh, I was talking about Captain America.
I was talking about Dragon Ball Z.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But she didn't get the super soldier serum.
And she didn't turn bright colors. I think usually it's a blue shade that he omits when...
Yeah, it's a blue
going
aura
super-
with his blonde
yeah.
hair.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one.
God, we're so cool.
I hate it.
Describing the colorization of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God. The fans.
So, she gets chased by Hugo Weaving and his merry band of misfits. Because they similarly have these superhuman powers. She does answer a ringing payphone, to quote Maroon 5. Just the word
Goodbye.
payphone.
I hated that. She is trying to get home, you know.
She is.
I'm at a payphone trying to call home all of my time I spent. Do you think they're gonna like charge us for that since it was so bad?
I hope so.
Do you think they're gonna want to be associated?
I
Maroon
hope
5?
we can spend our Patreon money on the lawsuit.
Here's $5. Please don't sue me, Adam.
To quote the Wiz Khalifa verse of the song,
Yes.
the first line of the Wiz Khalifa verse, man, fuck that shit.
Oh, true. True.
Trinity does escape at the last moment when Agent Smith goes to drive a semi-truck directly into the phone booth, but she answers the phone and disappears.
I mean, a narrow escape, truly.
What an opening.
Can you imagine seeing that in the theater for the first time and you're like, she's not gonna make it, and then she just disappears.
Yeah, it's 1999. You were just listening to No Strings Attached by NSYNC.
Stop.
Wait,
I love
that's
that song.
2000.
You're just listening
You listen to Tearing Up My Heart. You walk into the theater with your spiked tips and your JUCO pants.
your frosted tips, your puka shells.
Fred Durst, for some reason, is sitting in the seat next to you, and he goes, I'm at the movie for the nookie! And then you watch the movie, and you're like, dang, where'd Trinity go?
You pop a Kool-Aid jammer mid-movie.
This is why people listen to the podcast, for my 1999 fanfic where Fred Durst follows me around.
Yep. I was only alive for half the 90s. You were alive for the 1890s.
That's very true. Frederick Durston.
Yep.
I hath done it all for the poontang.
Ew, goodbye.
I don't know why
hated that.
poontang is the old-time version of Nookie, but, you know, it is what it is.
Have you ever heard that song, that old-timey song that's like, my girl's pussy? They're talking about cats, y'all.
Unfortunately. So, we then see a computer hacker Keanu Reeves playing the character of Thomas Anderson, who his hackerman name is Neo.
He looks so cute here. His
does.
hair looks great. I literally said to Gage, I was like, why Neo have the same hair as literally every man today? And Gage goes, what? Because he has the exact same haircut.
He does. It works. I mean, anything works on Keanu Reeves.
It's a good haircut. It's classic, you know? Like, you can't really go wrong.
I
That's
could.
how No, you have the same hair, don't you?
Not really.
Oh.
His
That's okay.
He has a thinner head. My head's too big. I only have one haircut
narrow.
that works. He's
a very narrow man.
He's built like a swimmer.
I was gonna say built like a matchstick, but that's fair.
So, same thing. Matchsticks are known for their swimming ability.
Built like a carrot.
Is that just because you want to take a crunch out of him?
No, but he does have a nice booty. That has nothing to do with anything, but it's just a statement of fact.
Yeah, when you're at the grocery store, you're looking at each individual carrot like, which one's got the best ass?
Have you ever seen my sexually explicit eggplant photo?
I have not. You need to send that and post it online.
I'll post it on Instagram. It's an eggplant that I picked with my mom this summer, and it looks like a female body.
Ooh, a female body.
With
That's
some large bosoms.
Normally eggplants are used as the male attachment.
I know. This one said, I don't conform to gender roles, and honestly, I respect that. But also, it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. We can continue going. I'll find the picture and show it to you.
So Neo, he keeps getting these messages and things on his computer talking about something called the Matrix, and he gets really confused about this.
Mm-hmm.
He also apparently burns illicit copies of something.
Isn't it like some sort of a drug or something? But it's like a copy. Like, I don't really understand.
Like a digital copy of a drug? I don't know. But the people that he gives it to tell him to take mescaline, which is always a good piece of advice. And then they take him to a club where they're playing a remix of Dragula by Rob Zombie.
Listen, that club looked banging, and I would absolutely be there. Also, there's one song on this movie. Oh, here's my eggplant. There's one song from this movie that I gotta turn off my background.
You have your background of Fall Out Boy, and I can't see anything about the sexy eggplant you're trying to show me.
Hang on, you keep talking. I gotta find my.
The moment that Dragula started playing, Dragula is my most listened to song of 2021 so far. That is a vaginular,
it's titties.
Breasticled eggplant.
My mom's probably so mad that I just said titties. Anyway, she's beautiful. She's curvy, and she's not afraid to show it off.
She's
anyway,
like
that's my eggplant.
Old Greek pottery.
Mm-hmm. My mom wouldn't let me pick it because she thought it would get bigger, and I was really sad.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Dragula. It's my most listened to song of 2021 because I live in the present.
That's a good song.
It's more because of the TikTok mashup of that and Toxic and...
fair.
Love Shack, that it got me to listen to Dragula more. I got an eye roll when I started singing along with it, is what I was trying to say. I
was like, this song is bopping. Gage goes, Rob Zombie. And I was like, this club looks fun.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'm just like starved for, being surrounded by people I don't know in a tight space for some God unknown reason. I miss concerts. I miss going to the bar. I don't really I'm going to get there and be like, ugh, I changed my mind. But right now I could really go for a crowded bar moment,
I'm sorry, but speaking of concerts, do you know who just announced new tour dates?
Do you know who just announced that he's going to be at the rave?
Is it Machine Gun Kelly?
Say it on 3. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was going to say too.
I saw it and I was like, gross. I was like, can he not? Remember that time you stood on my chair, Mr. Kelly?
Mr. Machine Gun?
That? Mr. Machine Gun, remember that time you made drunk women talk to me? I hated it.
So at this club, Neo runs into Trinity, who says that he needs to talk to Morpheus to get the answers that he wants. And
Xenomorpheus.
doesn't. I don't know. He
You
goes
don't-
to work the next day.
Oh, I thought you were saying that because you didn't hear my joke.
No, I heard your alien joke. Put your tongue back in your mouth, okay?
No, I was
Wrong
being an
movie.
alien. I was being an alien. It's being a xenomorph. Yes.
Anyway, the next day at work at a soulless corporate office job,
Yeah.
Neo gets
Except his cube looks like my cube right now, minus it doesn't have a Fall Out Boy poster.
a cube is a dream at my office,
Mm-hmm.
which I have not been to, mind you, in 14 months.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have cubes. We have benches that it's like row seating, and then you have one little space.
How do you get anything done? Where do you put your snacks?
Again, I have not been there in 14 months.
Well, I'll tell you right now, my cube and I have been vibing, okay? I have
proud
snacks
of
hidden in
you and your
every
cube.
drawer. Thank
Good.
you.
So at his job, he gets the G-Men are back. Hugo Weaving and his Robin in the Seven Hoods take him for some questioning.
Hugo and the Seven Weavings.
But before that, Morpheus tries to guide Neo to safety via telephone, basically telling him, go climb to the top of the building, then you'll be safe. And Neo,
Scary.
being a logical person, says, fuck that.
I also would have said, no thank you, friend.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Also, when he drops the cell phone, Gage and I at the same time went, the phone's fine. Street's probably got a dent, though.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a Nokia.
He drops his futuristic Nokia phone. That
That
phone
thing was bigger
is
than a
working.
brick.
That phone is absolutely still working.
The phone hit somebody and killed them, but the
yeah.
phone's still fine.
So at the police headquarters, whatever, questioning, they try to get Neo to agree to what is basically witness protection if he tells them where Morpheus is. Neo responds with the coolest comeback in history. How about I give you the finger and you give me my damn phone call?
Okay, that's cool and all, but it's followed by single-handedly the most horrifying, well, second most horrifying thing in the whole movie for me.
And then the most horrifying thing is immediately afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you want to describe these?
I'll try. I closed my eyes for most of it because it was too icky, so it's the insertion and removal of the bug.
Mm-hmm.
It has to crawl in. Like, at first, Gage was like, oh, you're not going to like this. And I couldn't remember. I thought it was a needle. Because, I don't like needles.
Yeah.
But then I remembered that it goes in through your belly button, which is, like, worse. It's a tracking device, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's, like, an actual
He's been
bug
bugged.
once it's inside you. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bug. And it goes in through your belly button, which makes no sense because that's not an entrance. And I scream. And then he's... eventually, I don't remember how he gets with Trinity again, but he gets back with Trinity and they're like, we got to check if you're bugged. And Switch is there too. And Switch is like, they're pointing a gun at him and it's very high stakes. And Trinity gets out this machine and puts it on his tummy and they find the bug and suck it out through his belly button. It's absolutely horrifying. Thank you.
I thought you were going to... the one other horrifying thing that happens in the scene is the embodiment of I have no mouth, yet I must scream, where Neo's mouth skins over. That's the most terrifying part of the scene to me.
That's gross, but like, it's the bug for me. The bug really goofs me up.
It's fair. It's fair. So,
I just
Neo...
don't like the idea of things going inside me. Sorry, continue.
The next
You
morning
look
he wakes
so
up...
tired.
I am very tired. I woke up at 5:30 this morning.
Oh, I didn't mean tired like sleepy. I meant like tired of my bowl.
Oh, no, I'm a good enough actor to hide that.
That was so rude. Continue. Go on.
We both know that's not true.
No, I know. I'm just teasing you.
I'm not that good of an actor.
Just go.
Neo wakes up the next morning and thought it was a dream, but then Trinity shows up again. Is like, come with me to Morpheus. Come with me if you want to live, but not in an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent. And that's how they get back together. They take the bug out. Also, there is Switch and other people, and they go to what is another abandoned hotel or something where Neo
Because there's
meets
just a lot of them.
meets Morpheus wearing sunglasses without the side things, nose
Gage is
clip
obsessed
glasses.
with these sunglasses. I think he said he owned some back in the day. The most recent pair of sunglasses he had were a pair of Ray-Bans that he left on the seat and I accidentally sat on and broke. So I'm not really sure what's going on in the sunglass world for him right now, but
He should get the nose clip ones. There's nothing to break. They're one
Well, he-
piece that clips your nose.
he wouldn't have a girlfriend anymore. Just kidding. That's probably incentive for him to buy them more so he can be rid of me.
So at this meeting with Morpheus, he gives Neo two options. He can take the blue pill and life goes back to normal, wakes up in his bed tomorrow, nothing ever happens. And immediately I grab that and suck that baby down. I'm done.
like, okay, bye.
And then the other option is take the red pill, open your eyes to the real world.
Become a QAnoner.
Ugh. Frazzle drip and adrenochrome and the cabal. Sorry.
I'm sick. I'm nauseous. Please carry on.
So Neo, after a little bit of
Coaxing.
huffing and hawing, he does agree.
And after a really cool camera shot with both of the pills, one pill in each glass,
and you see Neo's reflection.
That's Gage's favorite shot. He mentioned it multiple times. And I said, because I'm a snot, I said, they did that in post, right? And he was
they
like...
had to remove the cameraman if they even shot it. Otherwise, it's just digital.
No, I was being a brat, but anyway.
He does take the red pill. And to quote the Wikipedia page, his reality disintegrates.
Whoa!
He wakes up in a primordial sack of goo.
I hate this part too. There's so much body horror. Okay.
He basically gets born.
It's
he
disgusting.
Gets born again.
It's
as an
foul.
Adult. He emerges from the goo. He takes the tubes out of himself. He gets sucked down into the world's most fun slide. Look, if you were as lubed up as he is and you're going down a trash chute slide, I'd have a lot of fun with that. I would maybe want pants, but, that's a trade-off. And then he gets sucked into the Nebuchadnezzar.
Completely hairless.
Mm-hmm.
Did we mention that? I couldn't remember.
I did not, but he is hairless.
Gage
Honestly,
told me these are the last... Oh, no! Oh, Dan, if Gage came out here and said he wanted to shave his entire body, head, and eyebrows, I'd support him, but I'd be reluctant.
Oh.
Because, ew.
Good for you, I guess. I'm surprised you'd support him.
It's because I love him, but, he once told me that he wouldn't love me if I only had 3 hairs like Charlie Brown, so maybe I should, Have you seen those TikToks? That's like me crying because my boyfriend said he wouldn't love me if I was a fork.
Yeah.
I do those all the time. I think they're so funny. But yeah.
If you want to have hair like Charlie Brown, look up the Fat Lip music video by Sum 41.
Not Sum 41.
They shave the girl's head where basically there's just a little tuft of hair right here.
No.
Right at her temple and nothing else.
What in the widow's peak? Absolutely not.
I'm sorry. Widow's Peak? Who's talking?
Yes. These are my 3 Charlie Brown hairs. It's my fingers, in case anyone was curious.
Yeah, I love that we keep doing visual humor on this podcast.
It's what I'm good at.
So, sucked into the Nebuchadnezzar, Neo finds out that the machines use humans as batteries to power the Matrix. The machines became self-aware. Humans built the machines. They needed sunlight to survive, so they nuked the sky, basically, made it cloudy all the time. But the machines decided, we don't need sunlight to power ourselves. We can use these sweet, sweet, sweet human batteries. And that is why the humans are being pacified in the Matrix, because for some reason they need that as opposed to just being continuously knocked out.
I was going to say, it's kind of considerate that, the monsters didn't have to take the time to make a nice city.
Yeah, it's Sydney. It's nice. Sydney's fine.
There's fun things to do. You can go clubbing.
Rob Zombie.
Yeah, there's music. There's arts.
There's
You can
everything.
still, yeah, like, I don't know. It doesn't sound half bad. But what do I know?
So basically, Morpheus and the rest of the gang on the Nebuchadnezzar are rebels who are trying to fight back against the machines. They're freedom fighters, man. Fight on!
Mm-hmm. And they all go by their, like, coder names.
Yeah. Morpheus, Trinity, Cypher, Tank, Dozer, Apoc, Mouse, and
My favorite-
Switch.
Mouse is my favorite one. Rip Mouse.
I mean, my favorite one is Cypher, who is Joey Pants for reasons I mentioned
Okay.
before.
I just like Mouse because I think he's really cute. Not like in a sexy way. Like, I think he's adorable.
He is cute.
And I think
Morphe-
how he dies, he goes out like pretty BA, so.
Morpheus thinks that Neo is the one. He's the chosen one. The Oracle, who we meet
Christ.
later in the movie, has prophesized that there will be one who will turn the tide against the machines and bring humanity back to actual human life. So yes, Neo is Jesus, according to this.
Essentially.
Which I think is the name of the next AJR album.
Neo is Jesus.
The current one's Neo Future. Next one is Neo is Jesus. I don't know.
Love it.
Those-
Can't wait.
I can very
Oh.
much wait until the end of time for another AJR album.
You don't like AJR?
I do not.
They
sound
I
like
like
youth
a couple of
group
their
music.
songs.
Am I wrong?
No, but like, it kind of slaps.
You know what? You know what really slaps? On Eagle's Wings.
And he will raise you up on Eagle's wings. Yes, that was one of my church jams. I used to throw down to that.
Absolutely. So, speaking of On Eagle's Wings, Morpheus takes Neo under his wing and teaches him the ways of the Matrix. But really, he basically just gets everything downloaded into his brain and then needs to learn how to use all that stuff.
And then we get a sick kung fu scene.
We do.
One
Neo
of
knows
Gage's
Kung
favorites.
Fu. Did he say,
Did
I know
you-
Kung Fu? Did Gage, right when Keanu goes, I know Kung
Oh,
Fu? Did
probably.
he say it along with it in perfect cadence?
Listen. I love Gage. We all know I do. But to tell you I was paying attention to what every line he was saying would be a lie. It was literally every line, the whole movie. It was the whole movie.
Oh, gosh. I can't even do that with, like,
He loves this
quiz
movie.
show.
He loves this movie, Dan.
I could do it with a lot of The Social Network. I might equal him with The Social Network. God, I'm so
Interesting.
cool.
It's okay. I can only do it with Back to the Future.
Yeah, but that's a regular...
That's not true. I can also do it with Talladega Nights.
There we go. That fits. That fits. I was expecting you to say like An American Tale or Toy Story
There
or
are
something.
no cats in America. Finish the
The
song,
mice
Dan.
Ate them all.
No, the streets are paved with cheese.
And I don't have knees.
Yup, good job, Dan.
Hire me, Steven Spielberg. Let me be in West Side Story.
Oh, God.
There was a trailer for West Side Story during the Oscars, and
know.
it showed the actress who's playing Maria singing, and then right before Ansel Elgort was supposed to sing, they cut. He's playing
God,
the
he's
lead.
Tony.
And I'm like, show us Ansel Elgort's singing voice, you cowards.
It's fine.
I'll believe it when I hear it.
He has music out.
Mm.
Okay.
I choose to not believe that.
Okay. He has a song with Logic.
You said again. I like Logic. Logic
Yes,
is
me
not.
too.
Logic is not cool.
He's what?
He's not cool.
He's not what?
Cool.
He's what? He's what?
He's
He's what?
dorky. He's dorky, Anna. He's nerdy.
What?
He's not hip.
What do you mean he's not hip? I accidentally stalked him today for a brief period of time. Like, I was all over his socials and all over his wife's socials, and like, yeah, That's what I did on my lunch break today.
Who can relate? Woo!
I love logic. I fucking love logic.
Well, you know who doesn't love logic? The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
The rules of the Matrix is if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
If you poop in your
And-
dreams, you poop for real.
Okay.
It's a Family Guy reference. It's my favorite Family Guy line. Second only to "Have you finished the chapter?" which is from a really, really not great episode of Family Guy.
Okay.
It's the one where it's really offensive. It's the one where Peter transitions into being a woman so that he can use the women's restroom at baseball games, and so that his workers like treat him different. Like it's not great, but there's this scene where Lois is teaching him how to be a woman, and she's like, "Now you got to toss and turn in bed while your partner reads a book with a light on that's way too bright." And she tosses and turns, and she rolls over and goes, "Have you finished the chapter?" And so Gage and I say that to each other all the time. So anyway, it's me. I stay being trash.
So Morpheus and Neo, they do these tests to teach Neo the ways of operating as outlaws in the Matrix. They do kung fu. They do a lady in the red dress test.
Not the lady in the red dress. Oh, mouse.
They also do a jumping between buildings sort of test.
Which literally just made me think of Mission Impossible when Tom Cruise broke his toe.
Tom Cruise broke his ankle? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. You don't need
I was
Matrix
like-
rules for that.
No, I was like, I'm stressed. Like, somebody's ankle about to snap.
And also at this point, we see a meeting between Agent Smith, Hugo Weaving, and Joey Pants, Cypher, where Cypher is a snitch and he offers to sell out the rest of the rebels in order to basically be made rich in the Matrix.
That ain't it, my dude. It's the soul patch. Don't trust anybody with a soul patch. Sorry, not sorry to everyone who has a soul patch. I don't trust you.
If I could grow a soul patch, I would have one. God blessed me by not allowing me to grow a soul patch.
The only man I might trust who has a soul patch is Howie Mandel, and that's a big might. That's a big might.
I trust him because otherwise, too smooth.
True, he's very
Otherwise,
bald. He's like a cue
he's
ball.
very hairless.
It's like a cue ball. But he is friends with David Dobrik, and David Dobrik is getting canceled. So,
I don't know why David Dobrik is famous. I
I
know
thought you were
that
going to say you didn't know why he was getting canceled, and I was going to tell
I
you.
assume it's the same reason that everybody else gets canceled.
Sexual, or you're
Yeah.
technically not supposed to say it on things because it's a trigger warning. SA.
Saw.
This got a little serious. Let's carry on.
Silly Matrix movie. They go and visit the Oracle, who she's like, there will be a prophet who emerges, and I'm baking cookies, and there's a spoon boy there, along with
I
somebody
literally-
levitating.
Forgot that this scene was in the movie and was like, why? I don't like this. Felt like it was something that belongs in some sort of remake of the Odyssey, not
It
in
does.
this movie.
It's
Like, doesn't it give you
so
big
the
Odyssey
Odyssey.
vibes?
Yeah. I mean, this movie is just like Star Wars. It's the hero's journey.
Yes.
So you have to have the
It's
Oracle type of
Christ's
scene. but
journey.
the hero of my life. And I will
Open the
raise
eyes
you
of my heart,
up.
Lord. Did we just give two different songs?
Can you tell that I started going to church again recently?
Love that. I'm trying to go, but I'm not fully vaxxed yet. So
Yeah. The last thing that I did before lockdowns happened was I went to church with my mom. And
were you concerned that we were gonna die?
Well, the priest had a cough, so I was a
Oh,
little
God.
concerned. I go to
I would've been like-
church.
I would have done one of these. I would have said no Eucharist today. I don't want anybody who's dirty. I mean, like, I know no pandemic has ever been started by a religious service that we know of. However, I'm not taking that risk. I don't want to be patient zero.
It's a mass
So,
gathering.
Yeah.
And then after I was fully vaccinated, I was like, what do I feel safe doing right now? Well, I guess I feel safe going to church. At least around here, everybody has masks on.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm
what I
very
mean.
cool. I'm an elderly man.
It's okay.
Maybe I need to listen to younger music.
I'll give you some young songs. I feel like that's a mistake because I'm not that hip, but I know a couple of young songs.
I like Dua Lipa, but she's just making 80s music.
Yeah, I know. Have you listened to any Cardi?
Yes, I do like Cardi B. I like
Okay,
Up.
there you go. I do too. That song slaps. Um, I'll think of something. I'll give you some more hip youth music as we go.
I'm sorry to have a Machine Gun Kelly welcome to my breakdown moment here. Tickets to my breakdown.
That's
Don't at
Isn't
me.
that the name of the tour? Tickets
It
to My
is.
Breakdown?
And his album, I think.
Oh, I thought the album was called like Story of My I don't know. His SNL performance was just hot garbage.
So the Oracle, she says, "You're not the one. But you will have to choose between Morpheus's life and your own, which is always a good thing. To quote Harry Potter, neither shall live while the other survives."
Thank you. That was
basically
really good.
Thank you. I remember the 5th Harry Potter movie well.
What a random one.
I know. The agents, they ambush the gang before they can leave the Matrix because Cypher has tipped them off.
Because Cypher is trash. Thank you.
Cypher is the coolest character in the Matrix.
it's the soul
at me
patch.
This time.
It's the
exactly.
soul patch.
His soul patch on its own is the coolest character.
No, soul patch is the worst kind of beard. Don't at me. You can't change my mind. It's the worst.
It's worse than a Civil War beard. Is it?
Is that the one with the mutton chops?
Mutton
Where it,
chops
like, stops and
connected
becomes a
into the
mustache?
mustache. Yeah.
I'd take that over a soul patch any day. I absolutely would.
What about sideburns that... What if you have starburns? Like the Community Starburns
Yes.
guy.
I'll take that over a soul patch.
What? Oh my gosh. Wow.
Anything. You cannot change my mind.
Okay,
that
okay,
soul
this is
patch
a combination
the worst.
hairstyle and beard. A circle. Just a circle of hair.
I kind of want to
Nothing
see
else.
it. Like, I kind of am vibing with it. It's like a picture frame. You can't change my
I
mind.
can't change your mind.
You really can't.
So Morpheus, he gets purposely captured by the agents so the rest of the group can escape.
God bless him.
Cypher exits.
Sniper, no sniping.
He exits and then murders a bunch of the crew, including Switch. Not like this.
Wait.
Not like this.
That's Gage's favorite line in the whole movie. I said that today. I don't remember why, but then after I said it, he goes, "See, it's so applicable to everything." I was like, really? And Mouse goes out, which like has me sad because right before he died was when I said to Gage that he was my favorite character, and then Gage looks at me and is like, "I know he dies, like I remember," but he goes out with like 2 machine guns, like one in each hand, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Get him, Mouse, even though you're about to die, my boy." Yeah, and then Switch. Poor Switch.
Not like this.
You want to know a fun fact that Gage told me about Switch?
I think I know what it is. But yes, do tell.
Okay. Do you know why Switch is called Switch?
Yes, do tell.
Okay. The character was originally supposed to be a man in the real world and a woman in the Matrix, but then apparently they changed it to just be one actor because they didn't want to hire 2 actors, which like cheap. But whatever, that's none of my business, I guess. I think it would have been cooler to do the changing person, but I also feel like would that have made sense because nobody else changes? Would we have had to change for everybody? Is that too much?
They kind of change. Like, they change their appearance.
Yeah.
Because they become
know,
I think it would have worked, and I'll get into this more after we're done with the plot because of the directors and the writers, their experience, but because it's like your mental image of yourself in the Matrix.
Oh, true. Okay. I didn't even think about that. I'm apparently not cerebrally thinking enough for this movie.
So as Cypher goes through his plot to kill all the members of the group, he takes out Tank first with this laser gun and then starts unplugging people, which kills him. But then Tank, he's alive, baby, and he shoots Cypher out of the ship to his death, killing
The
the
whole
greatest
scene
character.
where Cypher is like getting on top of Trinity and like talking to her body like through the phone. Oh God, we were laughing. We were like, I don't think those are mannequins. Like I think that's the real actor sitting
is,
there. And
yeah.
if it is, God bless them, because I would have laughed. Like I would have laughed so hard, especially like when he jumps onto Lawrence Fishburne. How did Lawrence not go oh or something? Like I would have winced. I would not have been prepared. I would have flinched. This is why I'm not making the big bucks, you know.
Yeah, so back in the Matrix, the agents are interrogating Morpheus and just beating the crap out of him in order to get access codes to the mainframe computer in Zion, because Agent Smith, who is a rogue AI, he wants to quote Queen, he wants to break free.
Are you serious right now?
He wants to break free. Am I wrong? That's what he wants to do.
No, you're right.
And then Tank says that they should kill Morpheus to prevent this. And then Neo's like, no, we're not doing that. I'm going to go back into the Matrix and save Morpheus. Like the Oracle said that I should. And Trinity's like, I'm coming with you. And then later on, I'm going to say this now, I'm coming with you because the Oracle said I'll be with someone I love, and I love you.
God, I rolled my eyes the second time. I rolled my eyes the first time. And so when she says that later on in the movie, I rolled my eyes so hard. And Gage goes, stop rolling your eyes. You watch so many just sappy things. You have no right. I was like, stop. He was getting so heated. He was like, you're the biggest sap queen I know. Why are you rolling your eyes? I was like, because it's lame. Anyway. And that's on bullying your significant other.
So when they get in the
kidding, we have a
Matrix,
healthy relationship.
they go into a lobby and have a crazy gunfight with a bunch of security guards.
It's
really cool.
wild. It's awesome. The looks iconic. The shots chronic. The looks iconic. You know, like it's.
If you could only see Tonic.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to continue.
That was a musical theater joke, or not musical theater, music theory joke, wasn't it?
Well, it's just the song "If You Could Only See" by Tonic.
Oh.
If you could only see, because
okay.
You went too deep. I'm very surface level.
I'm sorry for what I did. Like, it doesn't even technically make sense. Tonic is what you call the first note of like the do of a song, like do. Yeah, do re mi do. Yeah. That's the tonic. Like I don't know if that's even correct. Like I just go on. I was trying to be cerebral for once.
The Hedgehog, Sonic. There we go.
Thank you. Oh my God, my brain is on fire right now.
So Trinity and Neo, they survive the shootout, and then they go up to try and save Morpheus. They also are on the roof of the building, and that's where you get the iconic shot of Neo doing the back bend to dodge the bullets. But what people forget is that Neo gets shot with the bullets.
Pop.
Still.
It's still cool, though.
It is cool.
I remember trying to do that when I was little, and it like I almost always fell over and hurt myself.
I would, similar to that, I'd try to do the Michael Jackson moonwalk lean. Smooth criminal sort of
on
lean.
Your like where your feet are completely flat and
you're leaning forward.
Ooh, no wonder your ankles are so weak, Dan. That's unnecessary stress on them.
I know. I was an idiot. I am an idiot.
Fair.
So Neo and Trinity, they rescue Morpheus by breaking him out and then basically riding a helicopter to quote unquote safety. They crash land the helicopter. And then the Nebuchadnezzar starts basically getting attacked by a group of sentinels, space robot squids that are trying to destroy the ship.
They're kind of scary.
Yeah. This is where Trinity's like, I'm in love with you, Neo.
And my eyes roll out of my head.
And
Because
then
apparently I don't like romantic things anymore.
Morpheus and Trinity, they exit the Matrix. And then Agent Smith ambushes and kills Neo before he can leave.
Not me
and
screaming.
then it cuts to black, and we roll credits, and that's the end of
That's
the Matrix.
not even true.
I
sir.
wish. Anyway.
We have some cocky attitude from Neo yet to come, so...
Yeah, sorry. They use the... Neo wakes up in the Matrix because he's become one. He is the one. And he becomes One Punch Man, basically, to make an anime
Okay, another
reference.
anime? Okay.
I know of it. I haven't seen it. I get
Gage
it, though.
likes it. I watched a couple episodes. I didn't love it, but Gage liked it.
He can basically control whatever he wants in the Matrix now, and without breaking a sweat or swallowing his gum, he defeats Agent Smith.
He literally fights him with his arm behind his back, and no offense, I like Neo. I think he's a likable character, but I felt that to be quite cocky.
Absolutely.
I was like, really, dude? But anyway.
And then just as the ship members set off the EMP to stop the Sentinels from, eating them, Neo gets out of the Matrix. And then it does cut to black, and we cut back into the Matrix, and Neo, looking all cool and shit, is making a phone call inside, and he's saying that he will show the machines, then the people inside the Matrix, a world where anything is possible. And then he hangs up and does a fucking Superman impression.
Yeah, he flies. He literally flies, which I was like, why? Where did this come from?
And then we do, this time, actually, roll credits.
And you know what? I canceled the credits because they started playing Marilyn Manson, so I say we just listen to Dracula.
It was
again.
Marilyn Manson. I was trying to figure out who it was, but yeah, it's Rock
I
is
knew.
Dead by Marilyn Manson.
Nope, not in my edit. It's just more Rob Zombie.
Actually, wait. No, it starts off with Rage Against the Machine in the credits,
yes.
and then it goes to Marilyn Manson.
You're right.
So
Rage
we only
Against the
canceled the
Machine is
second half
allowed.
of the credits.
The first half is allowed.
Yeah. Although I do think that Rage Against the Machine and The Matrix have equal depth.
Yeah, I just, as I said while that music came up, something else that people are using in right-wing media that they think is for them, but it really definitely is not.
Yes. For as much as I was making fun of the movie, I did enjoy it. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
The
I
action,
like it too.
It has great action. It's silly though. I don't understand. I just can't rectify the fact that there are people like this movie opened my third eye, man. With the fact that it's such a silly movie.
I think a lot of the reason why it seems so silly is because it's very dated.
It is. We're 22 years past its release.
It's got, like, the technology is just very dated. The effects are pretty dated. But at the same time, it still holds up really well because, like, they're good effects for the time. Like,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
when the quick movements, the kung fu scenes, like, all of it is still really, really good. And
the
really,
bullet
really
time, it's been mocked beyond anything else, but it still looks crazy good.
Yeah. So I think people like to laugh at it just because, like, yeah, there are things, like, if it was made today, obviously it would look probably, quote unquote, more believable. But at the same time, it's a masterpiece of cinema. And it's
it
a
is
really
number
good
16 on the IMDb ranking of all movies.
It's also just like a really good think piece. I mean, say what you want about its involvement in politics and whatever. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I think it is a political piece. Do I think it's a political piece in the way that it is currently being used? Absolutely
No.
not. But I do think there are things we can pull from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I mean silly, it's not really the effects that I'm focused on. The effects, yeah, they've aged. You could tell that, but you get
happens
that
with every
with any movie. You get that with any movie 5 years on, let alone 20 years on. I just mean the concept of the Matrix. it's computer bad, but not in so many words, but it's basically you need to know when to stop.
It's very
when you're doing that, and
yeah.
I just don't see that as this groundbreaking concept. It's been the hero's journey story. It's been done a million times before. It's been done better in other movies. Star Wars, The Odyssey.
Not The Odyssey. Homer at Homer. Credit the author.
And the love story is kind of shoehorned into it, and it's very silly.
I will say, I feel like they threw in a love story because they think people like a love story. Like, yeah, okay, the love of Trinity is what brought him back, but we didn't really see a development as much as you might have wanted from a love story. I think it could have been the power of friendship that brought him back, but
yeah,
maybe the real Matrix was the friends we made along the way. But I don't know.
But in spite of all that, I did enjoy it. I do think it's good. Even though, I'm kind of directing this to Gage directly.
Yeah, at him.
Gage, watch other movies.
I mean, he does like other movies. I think this one's just classic for him because he liked it so much when he was growing up.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He literally has 3 stacks of DVDs and he literally said, "Can we see if it's still on Hulu or on HBO Max because I don't want to." Yeah, he's like, "I don't want to have to dig through my CD cases to get it out." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
I mean,
also because he would have had to switch back. We used we were getting fit with our Ring Fit, our Wii Fit as I was calling it. And he would have had to plug the X. It was just going to be a lot of work, so it's just easier to go on.
I really hope that you went to Goodwill and got a Wii Fit balance board because they have 8 billion of them at Goodwill, and was playing Ring Fit Adventure while standing on the balance board and hearing the TV just say that you're fat. Because no matter what, Wii Fit calls you fat.
Have you seen those TikToks that are like me on Christmas morning as a 14-year-old busting my buns because Wii Fit called me a fatty? It's like doing that step. Not the Wii Fit calling you fat.
So some trivia about the movie. I mentioned that in the credits, it is credited that the movie was written and directed by the Wachowski brothers. Since this movie has come out, both of the Wachowskis have transitioned from male to female. So now they're the Wachowskis. And with that, some people now see The Matrix as an allegory for transitioning, which I think if they had done the switch character male in one world and then female in another, I think it would be a lot I think that theme would be more present in the movie. Like I can see how it's read that way, but I think I saw a quote somewhere where they were like, subconsciously or consciously there are parts of that in the movie.
I mean, I think that's if that's something, I mean, art imitates life. If that's something that they were dealing with and trying to figure out about themselves, I don't think it would be surprising at all that there are things alluding to that in the movie. Yeah. But at the same time, I think, I'm not saying that's incorrect. I didn't write the movie, but I also think that this could be an allegory for like a lot of things involving like change and like understanding yourself and the government. I don't know. I think
it's an allegory of the cave. The Plato's allegory of the cave. The only allegory I know by title.
Play-Doh. Or Plato. Play-Doh.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you
I don't even know.
saying?
I was just rambling on about how art imitates life and how I think that if you watch this movie looking for something in particular, you can you're gonna see what you want to see with this movie.
Yeah.
I could be like, this is a symbol for when I wake up in the morning from my dream world to my real world. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying any idea. I feel like a film professor. I'm like, there are no wrong ideas. What does this mean to you? How did you know that meant this? What? Give me 4 examples of symbolism throughout this film. Write a 20-page paper on the imagery.
The red dress symbolizes anger because it's red.
Why was everything green inside the Matrix? Write a 20-page paper on it.
Oh, God.
That's like 1 sentence worth of information.
Because computer screens really
Elaborate.
large.
Elaborate. Or else. Elaborate or else.
Jada Pinkett was offered the role of Trinity, but she turned it down because she was pregnant. And Will Smith was offered the role of Neo, but he turned it down because he wanted to do Wild Wild West.
I was talking to Gage about that as well. I can't picture Will Smith in this role. I know he's done some serious roles, but when I think of this movie, the closest thing I can think of his roles to this movie is Men in Black, and those aren't the same at all.
No, I think Will Smith is too charismatic.
Yeah, I think he'd be like, whoa! Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, too bombastic.
Yeah, too happy to be here.
All the extras in the Lady in the Red Dress scene are twins. So It looks like you're passing double because whoever programmed it got really lazy and just copied them, but they're actually twins, which they use for filming, which is really cool. Keanu Reeves lost 15 pounds and shaved his whole body for the waking up in the pod scene.
I didn't know he lost 15 pounds, but I mean, it was obvious that his entire body was hairless.
Yes.
He was smoother than an egg, like.
The Wachowskis drew upon the philosophy of Jean Baudrillard. I should have.
You lost me at philosophy.
Hong
slept
Kong
in that
action
class.
cinema and anime.
Gage told me that the fight choreographer used to work with Jackie Chan.
Yeah. And
Sorry if I'm stepping on any of your facts. Let me
No,
know.
you're good. I don't do a lot of hard research for this. I pull up a trivia page.
This is just what I remember from Gage shouting facts at me excitedly yesterday.
And there's a rumor that when they were pitching The Matrix, they showed a copy of Ghost in the Shell and was like, basically, we want to do this, but real.
Not Ghost in the Shell. Oh, wait, that's right. It wasn't a movie yet back then.
Yeah, it wasn't Asian Scarlett Johansson.
It wasn't whitewashing back then.
This was
Well,
the
it
first
was
movie...
still whitewashing, but it wasn't being whitewashed, is what I meant.
Yes.
Continue.
This was the first movie to sell 1 million copies in DVD.
Wait, quick, what was the first DVD you ever owned?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I was the youngest of 3, so
true.
I don't think that it was like something that I purchased. Yeah, it was my cat.
I hear her.
She always meows whenever Anna goes to the bathroom because the door to the bedroom and the bathroom will be closed, and if she feels like she's being left out of something. The first DVD that I bought myself was Iron Man.
I was just curious. The first
was
DVD
10.
we ever owned was Emperor's New Groove.
Oh.
I can hear Poppy. You better pay attention to her.
She's cleaning herself right now.
I love her.
Sandra Bullock turned down the role of Trinity also, along with Janet Jackson, Michelle Yeoh, and Gillian Anderson. And then the Wachowskis said that Cypher hacked into the Matrix on his own and didn't use any other help, so he was the only traitor amongst the crew, which is not explained. And also, looking at this, Lily Wachowski confirmed that the series is a transgender allegory.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah. Good. Cool.
I take back all of my professor questions about what this movie means to you. What does this movie mean to the directors, and how can you tell what message they were trying to get across? Explain. America, explain.
This might be the way that we get people to stop using The Matrix in its current political context, is to explain to them that it's a transgender allegory, because the people using it love that.
You know they're going to say something offensive like, I don't even know, like this movie was made
Please
by
don't
men,
give an example.
not those women. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give a real example. You know that's not how I feel. This is a peace and love. We accept everyone, sort of. This is a no tolerance podcast.
Yes.
Wait. That sounded backwards. No tolerance of bad behavior.
Correct. Yes.
No racism, no sexism, no transphobia, no homophobia. Like, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
this is
to
for
quote Ferris
everyone.
Bueller, most isms are bad. Mm-hmm. We accept everyone so long as you are accepting.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
You know I'm not eloquent. I put my foot in my mouth at least once a day.
Is there anything else about how you felt about the movie?
I don't know. I just get really excited watching this movie with Gage because it makes him so excited, and I don't want him to know that because he's gonna say bleh 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 like he always does. But you know, sap sap sap. It's just fun to watch with him because it's his favorite. Other than that, I'm not gonna be reaching for it by myself anytime soon. Mm-hmm. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's not a movie that I am drawn to because I don't really care for action movies very much, but it's a good movie. It's a fun movie, and it moves really fast and is easy to watch and keep up with. Yeah.
Gage won't like this, but it's silly fun.
He said he was not. He said he was like, I'm tempted to skip the Matrix episodes because I don't want you guys to say something stupid about my favorite movie.
Gage, I'm glad that you love this movie.
He loves it so much. I'm surprised we don't have any Matrix memorabilia in our home.
I'm surprised there isn't a Neo Funko Pop above your bed.
Don't give him ideas. No, our bedroom is superhero themed because I'm dating a 5-year-old.
Neo is, especially in the next two movies, in effect, a superhero. Mm-hmm. Would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas as Mouse?
Better. I love Mouse. He's my favorite one. He's just cute.
He is cute.
I mean, his name's Mouse. He's kind of a perv, though, because he's, like, obsessed with the lady in red. But that's okay. You know, it probably gets really lonely, so I'm not going to fault him that one. As long as he respects the other women and, like, as long as he respects everyone, you know, that's there with him.
Interesting philosophical question. Does he need to respect the lady in red? Because she doesn't exist.
Yes. If he is going into a simulation to, like, enjoy some time with her, he should still be respectful of her and treat her as though she's a real person, unless he's programmed her to be into something weird. You know, like, he should program some consent in there.
Now I'm just thinking about Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto is a bad game for people who are not going to commit any crimes in real life but want to know what it's like to commit a crime.
Would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jimmy Stewart?
Would it? Where would he go?
The Oracle, maybe? I don't know.
Not the Oracle! The Oracle's a grandma!
Yeah, eat this cookie. Yeah, see?
I don't think I'd take a cookie from Jimmy Stewart.
No, I don't think he would have been dead for 8 years, so it's a moot point anyway, but it'd be worse. Jimmy Stewart
There's nowhere for him to go. As Neo!
No, I know Kung Fu.
He would probably be Morpheus, maybe, if he was like a younger version of himself.
You could take the blue pill, see, and
wake
it. up.
I don't want it. Absolutely do not want it.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, whoa, what do you give this movie?
Ew, I hated that.
I've waited the entire podcast to say whoa. It needed to be said.
I'm still really happy that you said not like this. Not like this.
Fine, how many not like thises do you give it?
4. Just because, like, it's good. It's not my favorite, but I really do enjoy it. I think it's a well-made movie. I think it's fun to watch. I think it's interesting. And the first time I watched it, I was a little bit more like, eh. But now that I've seen it before and I understood what was happening a little bit better, I think I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie, the first time I watched it, like, I'm not really good at picking up on stuff the first time. I have to watch stuff a couple times before I, like, really pick up on all the details.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize, I was very confused by, like, everything. And I didn't like the green tints for when they're in the Matrix. I was like, this is so, it makes my eyes hurt. Now I get it. And that's on being a bad student who watches film. Not a student anymore, but you know what? Yeah, I didn't want to say that because I wasn't a film student, but you know.
I'm with you. I also give it a 4 out of 5. It's fun. It's silly fun. And that is the hill I will die on.
It's silly fun.
The family hit of the summer.
The Matrix. The whole crowd turns around and gives a thumbs up. 2 red pills way up.
Oh, God. Actually, it's the 2 blue pills that make it go way up.
You're right.
And that was a Viagra joke for those of you just tuning in.
I ignored you.
If you...
Wait, I have one more joke. I have one more story. So I got Pfizer, right?
Yeah.
That's the vaccine I got. And I was telling Gage, like, after my first shot, I was like, yeah, I know, like, a lot of people don't have side effects. Somebody I know had a lot of side effects, but I'm, like, a little worried. He's like, well, the only real side effect you should worry about is, like, a higher sex drive, because it's laced with Viagra. And I was like, Gage, no! I was like, absolutely not. Goodbye.
Well, that's a good
so
spot
mad.
to end this.
Anyway.
If you like the show and want to support us, you can do so on social media, on Facebook and Twitter @and in conclusion, on Instagram @in conclusion podcast. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/in conclusion. The best way that you could support, though, is either by giving us a rating and review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. 5 stars would be the hope, but honestly, do what you feel.
Gage gave us a rating. Did you see it?
Is it not 5?
No, it's 5. He said you're cute and I'm annoying, so I'm mad at him still.
But the other thing you can do is spread the word and tell your friends. Tell them to listen. Get more pals.
Get your squad on here.
Yes. If you want to find me, I am on Twitter @DanO'Keefe86, and I have a blog on my website, dan-o'keefe.com. Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram @Onymous_Prime818, or you can find me on Twitter @AutobotsRollout, capital O for Auto, capital B for Bots, capital R for Roll, and the O in Roll, and the O in Out are zeros.
So we will be booting up the show again next week for The Matrix Reloaded. So I'm not going to say get excited for that. Get in whatever frame of mind you need to be in to watch The Matrix Reloaded.
I'm going to try to get Gage to come on.
Yes. Bully him. Bully him into being on the show. This is an
anti-bullying
anti-bullying podcast, unless, of course, it is for our means to an
Yes,
end.
I'll go bully him as soon as we're done here.
In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, wear a mask, and get vaccinated. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Glass of milk, baby. Tall, full glass. Sometimes two.
How? That doesn't quench my thirst. Milk makes me thirstier.
Yeah, milk makes me thirstier, too.